All right, we're going to talk about vitamin D. Vitamin D is made from cholesterol. It helps with bone development, calcium and phosphorus metabolism, calcium absorption happens in the intestines. It helps calcium be absorbed in the intestines. It helps deposit calcium in the bones. So a lot to do with calcium and milk, great. Vitamin D, we should probably know all of that already. Important note that I have is that vitamin D, infants need vitamin D when they're being breastfed. And I kind of remember that because I think, well, maybe infants way back when didn't got more sun when we were living out in the open all the time, and now we keep our kids away from the sun as we probably should, so they're probably not getting a lot of vitamin D from the sun, and they're not getting it from breast milk. So remember that they do need vitamin D supplement. All right, if we're deficient in children, it is rickets. In adults, it's osteomalacia, and that's basically like the softening of bones. Something you might see with a vitamin D deficiency is people with bowed legs or even like protruding bones like at their wrists, knees, legs, forehead. It's bone tenderness or pain. That's all vitamin D deficiencies. Sources, we know sunlight and milk, but also found in egg yolks. Now, I'm going to walk you through this super fun little chart I have here talking about vitamin D. There's a whole page of it in the study guide I have, so I think it's kind of important that we know what's going on when we have vitamin D. So it starts up here with the dietary vitamin D. I don't know if you can see that. The dietary vitamin D or the sunlight, right? And then we're going to go from that, it's called cholecalciferol or 7-dihydrocholesterol in the skin synthesized from cholesterol ultraviolet light. So that's kind of what I was talking about, the cholesterol part. So it's going to go into our bloodstream, and it's going to be our cholecalciferol. I know I'm saying that wrong. I should know how to say it. Then going to our liver, and then in the liver, from liver to kidney, it goes to the 25-hydroxycholecalciferol or calciferol D2, the inactive form. You can see that there. So that's our second part. We're going from the liver to the kidney. Now, when we are in the kidney, low blood calcium, parathyroid hormone. So knowing that parathyroid hormone, I've seen that on a practice question. What does it do? It has to do with calcium, low blood calcium. We have our inactive form, or we have an active form now, our D3, which is going to be that 1,25-dihydroxycholesterol. Our 24,25-dihydroxycholesterol is our inactive form there. Okay. Now, our active form, it has to be in the active form to be used, right? So in this little chart you see here, it has to be in the active form to be used. Now, what are we going to do? Well, excuse me, in the kidney, bone, or intestinal wall. So in the intestinal wall, our vitamin D, like we talked about, is going to help calcium be absorbed in the intestinal wall. In the bone, it's going to help calcium released. Increases release of calcium in the bone. And then calcium reabsorption in the kidney. So we think kidney stones, right? All right. So when calcium is released from the bone, it goes into the bloodstream, increases blood calcium, which increases bone formation. So that's my little chart I have for you. I can post this if it's helpful. Hopefully I didn't butcher that too much, but that is vitamin D in a nutshell.